Hi, this is Gidget. Thank you so much for to the community of Plainfield Township. I am delighted to be back. You know, over the past few months, I have the opportunity to listen to the community concerns about the economy that still isn't delivering for them. It's not delivering the way it should. It seems that most of the community that I have spoken with is stacked for those at the top. But I've also heard the hopes of the future, going to college without drowning in debt, starting a small business they always dreamed about, getting a job that pays well enough to support the family and provide a secure retirement. Previous generations of Americans built the greatest economy and the strongest middle class of the world has ever known on the promise of a basic bargain. If you work hard and you do your part, you should be able to get ahead. America gets ahead, but over the several decades, that bargain has eroded. Our job is to make it strong again. Not today. Today is the share of crisis receipts and long-term changes that come into focus. I believe we have the build a growth and fairness economy that you can have one without the other. We can't create each jobs and new business without more growth, and we can't build strong families and support our consumer economy without more fairness. We need both. Because while our community is standing again, we're not prepared for what is here to come because of the pandemic COVID-19. Families today are stretched in so many directions, and so are their budgets. Out-of-pocket costs of health care, child care, of their aging parents are rising a lot faster than their wages. I hear this everywhere I go. The single mom who I talk to about juggling jobs and class at community college while raising 3 kids. She doesn't expect anything to come easy, but if she got a raise, everything wouldn't be so quite hard. The grandmother who works around the clock providing child care to other people's kids, she's proud of her work, but the pay is barely enough to live on, especially with soaring prices of prescription drugs. The young entrepreneur whose dream of buying the bowling alley where he worked as a teenager is dreaded by student debt. If he can only grow his business, he'll be able to pay off his debt and his employees, including himself, more too. Millions of hard working Americans tell a similar story. Wages need to rise to keep up with costs. Paychecks need to grow, and and that's why I'm here today. As your supervisor to elect, to the last day I'm in office, I will get up every day thinking about the families of our community. Like the family that I came from, with a hard-working grandfather who started a small business and scrumples and savings and gave us a good middle-class life. I believe thinking about all the people that I represent here at Plainfield Township and the stories that they've told me that I worked with them to improve. I will be as your Township Supervisor to take on this challenge, the backdrop of this supervisor's challenge in our economy that doesn't start with recession and doesn't end up in recovery. Many of our community are making extra money renting out spare rooms, designing websites, selling products they design themselves at home, or even driving their own car. This demand is so-called a gig economy. It's creating exciting opportunities, unleashing innovation, but it also is raising hard questions about the workplace protection and what a good job will look like in the future. So all these trends are real and none is going away. But this doesn't determine our destiny. The choices we make as a community, as the choices we make in years ahead, will be the stage for what our future life in the middle class and our kind will be like in this century. As your supervisor, I'll work with every possible partner to turn the tide, to make these current changes start working for us more than against us, to strengthen how hollow out the middle class. Because I think our best that we do as Americans do, we are problem solvers, not deniers. We don't hide from the challenge. We harnessed it. We deserve a tax break. The measurement of success must be on how much income rises from hardworking families, not for just successful CEOs and money managers, and not just because arbitrarily grows untethered to people's lives and livelihood. I want to see our economy work for the struggling, the striving, and the successful. We're not going to find all the answers that we need today in the playbooks of the past. We cannot go back to the old policies that failed us before, nor can we replay the previous success. Today is not 1993 or 2009. We need solutions for the big challenge that we face now. So today I'm proposing an agenda to raise income for hardworking Americans, lowering taxes and return a livable wage to attract new talent and preserve the old small business to achieve growth. An agenda for strong growth, fair growth, and long-term growth. Let me begin with a strong growth. More growth means more jobs, and more new businesses mean more jobs that give people choices about where to work. And employers have to offer higher wages and better benefits in order to compete with each other to hire new workers and keep the productive ones. That's why economists tell us that we're closer to full employment is crucial for raising income. Small businesses create more than 60% of new American jobs. So they have to be our top priority. I said I want to be your small business supervisor, and I meant it. And throughout this campaign, I'm going to talk about how we empower entrepreneurship with less red tape, easier access to capital, tax relief, and simplification. Let's get rid of the red tape. For the community, you're worth the investment because there's no excuse to make a greater investment in cleaner, renewable energy. Our economy obviously runs on energy, and it's time to come to make our community the most advanced that because of these investments will create jobs, save us money, and in the long run help meet the threats of climate change. That's why I propose a tax relief fund that I call the New Green Deal, where everybody invested in $1 electric power vehicles with zero emission will get a tax credit. This includes solar power for your home. As your supervisor, fair pay and fair scheduling, paid family leave, and earned sick days, child care are essential to our competitiveness and growth. And we can do this in a way that doesn't impose unfair burdens on the business, especially small businesses. As your supervisor, I'll fight first for families first, just like I always have my entire career. Thank you everyone for your support. Please remember to vote on November 3rd for Gidget Groendyk. Thank you very much for your time.